Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information. Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, cloudy with patchy fog and a low of 70. Then Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 86. Chef Carrie's always cooking up something new and exciting at Nightingale in South Minneapolis on the corner of 26th and Lyndale. Open late with the kitchen available until midnight. Visit nightingalempls.com to learn more.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us on this Wednesday. Before I get too further in, I just wanted to thank all the folks that showed up tonight at Ghost Stories and Beyond in Anoka. I didn't really know what to expect. We didn't advertise it as much as we normally do. And we had a really good turnout tonight, really good conversations. And it went from both people who wanted to talk about ghosts to a gentleman who liked to talk about giving a little bit more scientific background to things. It was a great conversation, a great evening. And I just wanted to thank everybody who had an opportunity to come out there and join us. And then next Thursday, we're doing an event. We're doing a paranormal investigation at the basement of Divine Lights in Anoka. That's going to be Thursday evening starting at 6:30. To get tickets, go to Charvinity on Facebook, and there's going to be under events, going to be talking about that event. There you can click to get tickets. It's kind of uncharted territory, so that's the fun thing about it. You're going to really enjoy it. Meanwhile, back in Eden Prairie, we have Adam, who is manning the fort at KTNF itself. How are you doing tonight, Adam?
I'm doing well. I will say one thing, though. Last Friday, on Casual Friday, we ended up playing the Where's Eddie song.
Yep.
You know, I have actually had that in my head since Friday, where I actually had to turn that on tonight. We still have it on the computer here. It's like, I actually got to listen to that again. But yeah, that Butch Patrick song got stuck in my head for an entire week.
So, and as I said to you, when I got it, when I, very legally ripped it from YouTube, of course.
Oh, of course.
One of the comments was, this song has been stuck in my head for 35 years. And
I'm going to be 80 by the time this song gets out of my head, but
Yeah.
it's so darn catchy.
Well, like I said, I feel like my energy, like reading energy, is coming back, and I don't think you have to worry about 80. So just wanted to
Yay, wait.
wait. No, that's great. Hey,
Wait,
so,
man.
don't worry. It's funny, but I'll be long gone anyway. It doesn't really matter.
You better come back and haunt me.
Yeah, no, that's on the cards, of course. And I want you to, if you're okay with, I want you when we get to it, talk to Deb about tonight.
Okay,
and not to tell you what to do or say, but I want you to say this. That I'd like you to, ask if it was anyone at the station that made it happen. Okay.
that is fair. I did thank them after it happened, so
Okay.
I was polite.
Well, that of course you are. You've learned from me. So
Yeah, I've learned from the best.
well, no, you learned from me. So
I stand by what I said.
and so tonight we're always excited. It's Wednesday. It is one question reading with psychic medium, refined divine, and always very exciting. I love her and Dave. They truly make me so happy when I talk to them, and I learn something every single time. I think everybody does, to be perfectly honest. We're doing one question readings with her tonight, and that means that you can ask questions about your love life, money, job. You can also ask her to channel, also talking about pets, all that good stuff. And so I just wanted to finally bring on Deb, and good to see you tonight, Deb. It's always nice to see you.
Hi, guys. Excited to be here tonight.
I really appreciate it, folks. If you have a question for Deb, you can put it into the comments, and we'll read it on the air. You can also call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. You get to the front of the line, and what's really nice about it is that there's a little back and forth between you and Deb about it, because Deb may have questions about what you're looking for. Not even question. She wants you to confirm stuff that she's getting, and she'll talk to you about it. It's much easier. It makes more sense. I see a lot of people watching tonight, so quite frankly, there's no excuse for you not to put a question in the comments or to call in. Deb, there's one person that does not need a pet reading tonight, though.
Yeah, who's that?
That is me. Because I got home from Ghost Stories, and I get home late from Ghost Stories. I don't need you to do a reading on whether my cat is happy with me or not, because I get home and I go in through, coming from the garage, there's a little laundry room, and I always have a sliding door because I don't want any animals to get in there throughout the billions of years I've lived here. And I always like to do this because I always know they're waiting, and I'll be like, puff, through the door, get the door shut. And so we have a conversation with the door shut. Are you hungry? Are you angry at me for being so late? And one of these days I'm going to record it and put it up on TikTok. But I get in there and I'm like, you hungry? And she's like, little sassy pants. And I'm like, okay, we'll get you. I go to where her food dish is. The food dish isn't there. It was thrown across the room. And so this is what we are looking at here, is an angry animal who basically is trying to, she's the thing is, she's wondering, where the hell are you? You are here to feed me. There's one of the few things you do well around here. Why aren't you here? And so, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So it was a nice return to reality real fast there. But
the difference between cats and dogs is cats believe that they are our owners, and dogs know that we're their owners. And so
absolutely. And you know what? I'm fine for Puff to believe that I am her pet. She's just such the sweetest thing ever. Okay, this is what we're going to do, because I don't want people to be waiting. Originally, I wanted to have Adam tell his story of tonight. We'll still get to that. I'm pretty sure we'll get to that. At the very least, we'll make sure we'll earmark it for the beginning of the second segment. How's that sound, Adam? What we had asked for is that we want people to put their questions in the comments. We're seeing that. I love it. But people are calling in as well. And we promised If you call in, you get to the front of the line. That's the executive service that we offer here on GhostBox Radio. And we start the evening off with Mark. Mark, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, Greg, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you very much for calling in. Do you have a question for Deb tonight?
I do. In the last 2 years, I have lost so many people that are close to me. And it's just feeling kind of lonely these days. And I'm just curious if any of them are still hanging around with me, if it's possible to tell.
Yeah, sure. So can I have a first name of somebody you would like to connect with? So you do have a plethora of people behind you. Just give me a first name, please.
Oh, gee, there's so many. How about let's go with Willie?
This is a close friend of yours?
Yep.
Okay. I get like this guy is like this fly by the seat of his pants. He's got high energy, lived his life to the fullest, meant what he said and said what he meant, like to fool around. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's very cocky, and actually he's kind of hitting on me and trying to get me to laugh. He's saying something about my breast area. And so he was a jokester.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Does that sound okay? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so he says to us that he's always around, and he surely loves it when you're out riding around. And he says to us that he loves to be with you when you're doing that. And boy, I'll tell you, I can hear the song so loud. Get your motor running, head out on the highway. And he's like saying to us that he just loved it, the sense of adventure and life. And he says to us that there's so much that you haven't done yet, and he wants you to stop thinking that you've done it all.
Okay. Yeah, there's so many people that miss him.
Yeah. Well, that's because he was such a character. Like he's over here trying to poke at me like crazy, trying to get me to laugh and, get me going. And he was such a character with a great energy, and he loved everybody to be happy.
Cool.
That's great. All that resonates for you, Mark?
It does.
Did that help? Did that help you?
It does. It was just a total loss when we lost him. He passed 2 weeks after his 61st birthday last December, and it was just a total shock to everybody. And yeah, he'll truly be missed, and we all miss him.
Yeah.
And Deb, it sounds like that he sticks around, Mark, probably.
Oh God, yes. He comes in all the time. He loves the sense of adventure. He loves the sense of friendship, kinship, being in community. So he really loves the earth realm. And so he's around his family a lot too. There was a great sense of loss when he passed. There was a lot of lessons learned when this man passed away because of how much unconditional love that he spread and how much laughter and happiness he brought to everybody.
All right.
And Mark actually dropped the line.
No, that's fine. Mark had a great voice, by the way. That was
He did. I'm a little bit jealous.
I was gonna say I thought we had an agreement that if they have a better voice than I do, you don't let them through. But he didn't really listen to that. Well, and, here a real quick story. I'm going to get to Maureen here in a second, but a real quick story. The gentleman who does the opening for my show, Dave Damon, amazing person, that deep, wonderful voice. We did a sponsor call, like trying to get a sponsor, and they were disappointed when they heard me talk to them because they thought that I was Dave and I would have that wonderful voice. And they're like, "Oh, we thought that you're going to have a much deeper voice." I'm like, Thanks.
I think you have a wonderful voice.
I
don't
think
know.
so too.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I think it's great.
We're doing one question readings tonight, and it's not all about me. I know people often think it is, but we're doing one question readings, just like what Mark did. He called in and just wanted to know about his friend Willie, and what a great situation that is. We move now to Maureen. Maureen, how are you doing tonight? Welcome to GhostBox Radio.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for letting me through.
Do you have a question for Deb tonight?
I do. And I know she gets this a lot, and she's probably tired of people asking, but I have to ask anyways. I would like to get her impression of my job situation.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of energy and stagnant energy around your job. It feels like you're better than this. You have so much more growth that needs to happen. It feels like we need to evolve. Do you understand what we're saying here?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
do.
so, and so they're saying to us that it is that you just need to make this decision and put this out into the universe, and it'll be presented to you actually very quick. I see within the next 4 weeks, there's going to be some kind of opportunity for you to shift or move or to evolve and go up. Also to vocalize what you've been seeing and to say the truth of what's around you and what people have been doing is really important. Do you understand?
I do. I have difficulty doing that, but I hear you.
Yeah, and so that's why
Which
they're
is
so pushy
surprising
about this.
because I have met Greg at the monthly things at Billy's, and I'm usually not very quiet, but when it comes to work, I'm usually I don't say
Reserved.
much.
Mm-hmm.
So
And so that's why they're so pushy about this. They're very pushy about you vocalizing and having to say the truth. And it's really important for you to have this, have this bump and this evolution, like for you to go to the next level. These truths need to be said.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you so very much, Deb.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Maureen, you talk about coming to the ghost stories, but you weren't there tonight. Just want to publicly say that. So
I do.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have zoomed in. I will tell you, I am heads down doing my Halloween displays outside. So I'm doing some silhouette cuttings, and I was right in the middle of painting because I knew we were going to get bad storms again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh. So there you go. But I will be there next time. I promise.
I'm missing the reason why you weren't there, but that's fine. I mean, that's cool. But you were missed, and it was a good time. But it's good. Thank you for calling in tonight, Maureen. Really appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Alrighty, let's do. Boy, I'm at a loss for words. Why don't we go ahead because we have one other person currently on the line, and let's not make poor Angie wait through the commercial break. Angie, welcome to GhostBox. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How about you, Greg?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for calling in. You got a question for Deb?
Yeah. Hi, Deb and Dave.
Hi.
Yes. My question is what is my friend trying to tell me when she's coming to me in my dream?
You're on the right path. To make sure that understand that your choices are right and that you are evolving and your gifts are coming so much more to fruition and the psychic abilities are advancing. And so she's trying to show you that, and she's trying to pave the way for you to understand that it's safe. There seems to be some fear around your advancement, and so she's trying to show you the safety of that.
Okay, because I felt like this is the loophole, and it felt like this is where we get to hang out.
Yes, well, you can hang out there, absolutely, but she's also trying to show you that it's safe because there's a little bit of fear around the psychic abilities that keeps kind of stemming up.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Angie. Really appreciate the call. So what we're going to do here, folks, as you heard, we had 3 calls in a row, and none of it was scary. So don't be afraid to call in. Deb is a very, very nice person, and I occasionally can be as well. And then there's Adam and Dave. We don't talk about them. So why don't we do this? Go ahead. Do we have a bunch of questions in the comments? If you want to call in 952-946-6205. We'd love to keep this up, keep answering questions. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do more of this. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into it by yourself? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Madison Comic and Pop Culture Expo comes to the Alliant Energy Center August 9th and 10th. Madison Comic and Pop Culture Expo is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall and artist alley for all the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Madison Comic and Pop Culture Expo, also known as MadX, is going to be huge, with guests like Walter Jones from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, legendary wrestler Sting, plus other great guests from voice actors, authors, and artists all over the entire weekend. 2 days of action-packed fun at the Alliant Energy Center. Tickets start at $53. Kids tickets are just $9.99 for the entire weekend. Don't wait to get your tickets. Buy your tickets and get more information at MadisonComicExpo.com. MadX is Wisconsin's biggest Comic-Con, and don't forget Twin Cities Con is coming up in November. New guests are being announced all the time. Go to TwinCitiesCon.com for more information.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Now, it's not like I'm trying to fulfill any vendettas or anything, but I do want to say that as it happened a couple weeks ago, we had Deb on, and Dave, and I were going to go out for a lunch, and I suggested Mavericks, and she very publicly said that she doesn't like roast beef, and that's kind of their thing. But she still came out with us, and you had some of the roast beef. Deb, how was the roast beef?
It's delicious.
Thank you.
It doesn't taste like roast beef though. Like, this is a different kind of sandwich. I don't know like what they do to it, but it's not roast beef. I don't know.
See, no, please don't do that. No, it is roast.
I mean,
folks, it is roast beef.
No, I mean not like that. I mean, like, all other roast beef doesn't compare to that. Like, I'm not sure what they do to it to make it so delicious, but that's not any roast beef that I've ever tasted in my life.
I have a theory on that, and that's simply because maybe you've never had a real roast beef sandwich before. Not saying that you've had fake, but maybe one that's 100% just perfect.
For sure. I agree.
And Dave seemed to like it, which was good.
Dave loved it.
Yeah. And I ended up going there. I mentioned this yesterday. I ended up going there on I ended up going out there on Saturday with my friend Robert, because he had listened when I was covering the show for Matt McNeil on Friday, one of my spots there. And he's just like, I was listening to your show, and my God, those commercials, can we please go? I'm like, yeah, I'll go with you. You twist my arm to go out to Mavericks. No, it was great. Now, before we go any further, Deb, what do you have going on this weekend? Where can people find you?
Yeah, we are at the Baraboo Convention Center in Baraboo, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so we are going to do a psychic medium gallery at noon, $25 for the ticket there. And then 2:00 is my sound healing, where I teach you how to tap into your psychic abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And $5 at the door. And if you are a Ghost Box watcher, if you say Ghost Box at the door, you're going to get free admission.
Oh, wow. If you're a Ghost Boxer, say Ghost Box at the door, and
free admission.
Do it. I'll have to talk to you after to get that, so I can write it down, so I can mention it again throughout the week.
Yeah, to get absolutely.
How did because last time we spoke, you're in Maple Grove. You had the special Friday night thing. How did that go for you?
Oh my gosh, absolutely amazing. It was so good. We had the VIP where people came in, and I got to teach very advanced skills. My skill set of what spirit channels to the collective is equal and equivalent to their frequency and understanding. And I had a very advanced group that Friday night. And so I got to really channel some very deep and very complex things about the universal energies and how spirit actually works. And so I was just so excited to do that. It was absolutely amazing.
That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. It sounds amazing. I love the fact you're going to be out at Baraboo. And I also want to just to remind folks that what we're doing tonight, being a one question reading, it's great, but they are samples of what Deb can do. They are just one question. And I would invite all of you, because this is time that Deb could be, I mean, Deb loves doing this, but I mean, this is her own time doing this. I'd like to ask you all to please consider going over to refinedivinepsychic.com and schedule a full reading, because you're going to be blown away by it. You're going to, figure out what you want to know. You're going to be blown away by it. I see some follow-up questions in the comments. Consider signing up for a reading with her, because this isn't, she doesn't have to do this. Let's put it this way. And this is me saying this, not her, that this just is a nice energy exchange of one person helping another. And I would really appreciate if you think about it there. You can also find out how to go on a cruise. I'm just saying. And
Chris,
that's exciting
both of us, not just me, with you too.
And Dave, or did he drop out now?
Yeah, no, he'll be there.
Well,
Dave's always with.
Still consider going. And I don't know what he said. I just heard grumbling, literally grumbling.
That's Dave's love language.
Well, anyway, we're doing one question readings tonight. Please put in the comments your questions you want to ask. Once again, you get to the front of the line. If you call in, you can call in at 952-946-6205. If you start getting annoyed because we're only taking calls, that's because they're coming to the front of the line. That means you need to call in as well. We have Karen. Karen, welcome to GhostBox Radio. How are you tonight?
I am great.
Yay. What you got for Deb tonight?
Oops, I lost my volume. Sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
What you got for Dave tonight, or Deb? My God, you see, I have Dave on my mind. No, I just called Deb and Dave one word. Dev. We have Dev. That's great. Karen, why don't we now move over to you? What do you got for Deb tonight?
Sure. I have been really struggling with some different health issues, and I'm kind of wondering if I'm on the right path, or if there's something else I can do to get to a better path.
Okay, so right away, they talked to us about love for self and unconditional love for self, and they're talking to us about how you have a lot of traumas in your past, Karen, that need addressed, and emotions in the body create illness, and so this is something that spirit often channels through us to help others to heal yourself. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to diagnose you with anything, but I am going to tell you that spirit is so loud about this, that there is a lot of traumas, and you've been through a lot of stuff, and they want you to start doing forgivenesses to release your past. Forgiveness is the key to your freedom, because you're really locked into what happened to you and things that you've been through in your experiences. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. And so as we unlock these, and as we forgive and as we release, the karmic debt actually leaves you, Karen, once you forgive. The karma will leave you. The pains that you're enduring and the illnesses that are taking over you will leave your body. They do leave once you do the forgivenesses and release this out of your body. We would recommend a nice big bonfire and just start writing, I, Karen, forgive you for, and to just lay it out there, put your emotions into it, how you actually feel into that paper, and burn it and release it back to the universe to be used for something else. And you will see a miraculous change once these forgivenesses have been done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Thank you very much, Karen. I hope that helped. I really appreciate the call. Once again, folks, you can call in 952-946-6205 if you want to talk with Deb on the air. I think it works a little bit better, but we will obviously try through the comments as well. But before we get to the comments, I said this, and I said to Adam that we're going to do this. Adam, do you want to quickly go through with Deb what you experienced tonight at the station, please?
Yeah, sure. So this evening, about 20 after 9, I rolled upstairs from the studio area to go use the restroom, as one does. As I get up and I'm about to go into the restroom, the light in our conference room came on And I went over to the conference room to turn it off and was like, thanks for showing yourself. We have a show coming up here in a little bit. Feel free to come down and join us if you would like. Turned off the light in the conference room, went to the restroom, did my business, went back downstairs. And as I'm waiting for you and Greg to hop on, we have a closed circuit TV that monitors the front of the building. And as I'm just staring up into it, because I have nothing else going on, I see this, I don't want to call it a black blob, but kind of a darker mass out in front of the building that's a little bit darker than the bricks that you can see through the black and white TV. It was there for probably like 2 seconds and then kind of just went away. My question is this someone related to the station that is visiting, or is this, because there's a lot of power in radio station, is this just traveling spirits that are attracted to either A, what we talk about, or B, the power that's coming from the station?
All of the above, and it's attached to the radio station. So it's actually more active when GhostBox is on, because one of the stories that we're putting on here and the space that Greg has created for all of us to be in. And so when we light the beacon up and we say, this is what we're going to do, and then also the radio station, because of the waves, and they can communicate through radio so well, it actually amplifies everything that comes in. And so this is what you saw, is what you all see, like the corner out of your eye, the shadow, the door close. Sometimes things shift and move, and sometimes you lose stuff and you can't find it. He does all of these things. And so he's been there for a very, very long time and has been attached to that radio station since the beginning of the radio station itself.
The real question is, can we count these ghosts as part of our Arbitron ratings? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
wow.
No, that's
wow.
Who are we kidding? We don't do Arbitron. So that's very, I like the fact that this individual's been there since the beginning, and this station has quite the storied history of long before there was a progressive voice of Minnesota. Has been so many different things.
Has somebody heard the growly voice that's around the
yes.
conference room? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And also one of the sales ladies has heard it too.
Yeah, that's him.
During the day.
Growly, he has a very deep voice. It's funny that we're talking, of course we're talking about radio voices tonight, because that's exactly what he would like, is that he wants his voice remembered. And so he had a very deep voice, and his voice was known. So that is why he often puts that growl out, because he wants his voice heard. And that's the frequency that you all pay attention to.
I can feel it. Yes.
My legs are going nuts. Yeah.
So
well, because he's excited because we brought attention to him.
And so the last time, I don't know if this is the last time you heard him, Adam, but we did a spirit box session in the conference room after one of the casual Fridays, and he didn't come through the spirit box, but he was an audible voice, and wasn't it a voice clear that he did?
Yeah, it was a voice clear. I've heard this a couple of times. I know Jennifer, the saleswoman here, has heard it. It's flat out a deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a growl.
Yeah. And the first time, and Jennifer's heard it during the day, because she's usually here during the day. I've heard it once while the sun was up, and I've heard it twice, I believe, since when the sun goes down. But yeah,
you're gonna hear it a lot more now that we brought attention to it.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in on the air at some point.
Hey,
he breaks in.
Works for me.
And well, I'm excited about this on a personal level. I like not a personal Greg level, but personal Greg Adam AM 950 level, because when we do our next spirit box session there, now we're guided a little bit more, to try to actually do some meaningful communications with this person. So that's
he enjoys it very much.
Yeah, no, and we would love to hear your voice and know your name, and I might do some research and see if I can figure out who this is before our next time doing this. So thank you for that. Thank you, Adam, for sharing your experience tonight, and thank you, Deb, for that. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So we have what time is it? Okay, just want to make sure it's not 11:15 or something. We have questions in the comments. Once again, folks, you can also, if you want, call in 952-946-6205. That way you can talk to Deb directly. Meanwhile, we have in the comments, Michelle says, My 75-year-old mom is engaged to be married to an 82-year-old man. Is there anything in the way of them getting married? Are they illusions of... Sorry, I can't read that. Are they illusions of barriers keeping them from doing so? Okay, so are there illusions of barriers keeping them from doing so? Will she move out?
It seems like there's a little bit of fear around this, Michelle, of should I go or should I stay? It looks like she's staying with you. And so this is like this, I want to do this, I want to go and do this, but a little bit of fear to do so. And so the decision really hasn't been made yet. And the barrier is that she's not so sure. The love is there, the connection is there. I don't really see an outcome just yet because the decision hasn't been made. So as soon as she makes that decision, I'll be able to see it. But man, good for her. Love at 75. That's incredible.
Yeah, it is. That's really cool. And I hope that all works out. Candy says, I'd love to know if Carly is at peace since we had to do weekdays right by here Saturday.
Carly comes right in and says yes, perfectly fine, and very close to you, very tightly knit with you. Right by here Saturdays, meaning she's telling me that this has something to do with something that you did, and so that's why I can understand it. And so yes, absolutely at peace.
That's good. All right, that's fantastic. And sorry, Candy, I wasn't quite sure what that meant, and I'm sure it makes a lot of sense probably to everybody else, and I'm just like, what?
It's okay.
Also,
because the dead person was talking to you. That's the only reason I understood it.
Let's see here. I want to do this. I want to go ahead. I want to take our next break. When we come back, we got some more questions in the comments, and if you can. If you have a question that you want to ask Deb, put it in the comments yourself, or you can call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
What if one day could open your heart, spark your spirit, and connect you to your most authentic self? That day is Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 6 at the Litz Rock Shops Woo Woo Festival at the Taylors Falls Memorial Community Center, located at 312 Government Street in Taylors Falls. Explore tarot, oracle, psychic, and mediumship readings. Listen to inspiring speakers covering fascinating metaphysical topics. Soak in the calm tones of live hand pan music. Shop handcrafted goods, crystals, metaphysical tools, books, and more. It's just $5 cash at the door as a free will offering. And remember, Taylors Falls is a destination. Come out for the festival and stay to explore the natural beauty, historic charm, and energy of this incredible town. And yes, there will be walking tacos.
The Let's Rock Shops Woo Woo Festival, Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 6 at 312 Government Street, Taylors Falls Memorial Community Center. Just $5 at the door. Come for the woo, stay for the wonder, and the walking tacos. Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information. And last Friday on the Matt McNeil Show, and I guest hosted, we had John from the Minneapolis Trolley Tours on, and one of the things he brought up was the fact that they're going to have a new mansion, the Pillsbury Mansion. I've been in it. It's fantastic, and we're working to get Deb to come out there as well, and we're not going to say any more than that at the moment. A lot of stuff was in the works, but We're hoping to get her out here and have a really fun time. So just stay tuned, as they say. Also, join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We are going to do a replay with, once again, Anthony F. Sanchez. We are going to be talking about the topic, using AI to track UAPs. Very interesting conversation, one that you do not want to miss. Once again, Anthony has a new book coming out. We're going to get him on as soon as possible to talk about it, to promote it. It's going to be great, and really looking forward to it. Tonight, we have psychic medium, Refined Divine Deb. She's doing one-question readings. I like this one comment from Joanne. Joanne says, if I called from Canada to the States, I would have to take out a mortgage. LOL. Here's the thing, though, Joanne. You can go over to refinedivinepsychic.com. You can schedule a full reading. There's multiple ways to do these readings. You don't have to do it just over the phone. There's a lot of ways and a lot of price structure to get the information that you want and that you need. For anybody who is wondering the same thing, please just go to refinedivinepsychic.com. You can check out classes. You could check out where she and Dave are going to be. You're going to be able to see information about the cruise, and it's going to be great. It's in November. Check it all out. It's going to be wonderful. And I do want to also remind folks on Facebook, Psychic Medium, Refined Divine. That's the name of the Facebook page. Go there. Please like, please follow. We really appreciate it. And once again, very easy to see where Deb is going to be at. She's going to be at Baraboo this weekend. So, all right, I got all that out of the way, but it's this, you just have so much happening. I just can't get it out in one sentence, Deb.
Oh, there's more. We're just being coy.
You're just being, we're just being timely. Otherwise, we'd have to go into the next show and just keep talking,
We could do a whole hour of what I do in 1 month.
Exactly. Okay, let's go to some more questions. What's haunted over there right now?
We just had some phone. Dave's phone just started going nuts all by itself.
No, well, if you're owned by Dave, I don't blame it, quite frankly. But what was it saying? Is it safe for radio? First of all, but
I did say I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Interesting. That's funny. Let's get to some questions as we wrap up here. And Annette says, hello, Deb and Greg. Hello. Hello, Deb. I was wondering if you see me joining the workforce soon, and how will it impact my current unhealthy living situation?
So it feels like you're in a space where we're living with family, and it feels very toxic for you. So definitely get yourself out to the workforce. I do see that you really love to help others in that, and that you're really good at that. And so I would really focus on finding a job where you're helpful to others, and maybe like this is like a group home, maybe this is like in-home care, some kind of like where you are using your heart and using your intention towards helping others. And then I see you moving out within the next 6 months, but that needs to happen for your mental health.
I hope that helps you in that. And if you think about it, hopefully it with it all going the way that it should in a positive way, hope you keep us updated on that as well. Maureen, who we talked to earlier, she says, thank you so much, Deb. I appreciate you sharing your amazing gift. Can I purchase a reading as a gift?
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. And that's the end of that answer. Okay. That's
yes, you can go to the website. You can purchase it. Send me a message. Absolutely. Greg, I want to share a little story here if I have a couple minutes.
You do.
So we were in Sun Prairie. Right, Sun Prairie this past weekend, and we were doing a show, and this lady was in my gallery, and she stopped me at the end of it, and she said, I have to come to you because I have to tell you something. And I was like, okay, sure. And I was Human Debbie at this time, not channeling. And she said, you did a reading for me last year. And she said, I'll tell you, I thought you were crazier than a beep house rat. Like, she's like, I thought you were just crazy. She said, because you looked at me and you said, you need to go to the emergency room right now. You're really sick. And she said, man, this psychic really has to be off her rocker. There's just no way that there's anything wrong with me. I don't feel ill. There's nothing wrong with me. And I pleaded with her, she said, and spirit was like very forceful that this needed to happen. She said that she went home and it was no more than she was home 15 minutes, horrible stomach ache, and she spiked 104 fever, and she was septus.
Oh, wow.
And so it was like, if she wouldn't have came that day and got that reading, and if she wouldn't have had that warning and heeded it, she wouldn't be here. And the doctor told her that. And so it's just so crazy. Like, it's just like, even to the human Debbie, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, no, because, and you know, I've seen this, that you've given people, readings that's, might be like, oh, that's not even crazy, out of my comfort zone, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
and,
like, wow, this is really a stretch.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's fantastic. And it's important to talk about these successes, because so many people are just can be, not always, but can be like, that stuff, whatever. And that's why we have Deb on the show, because we believe in what she does, and we want to showcase that. And once again, she's always been so kind to give her time so freely for us to do these one question readings, that we just, really ask to consider checking out refineddivinepsychic.com, and, whatever it is, or going out to see her in Baraboo, this weekend. And what is it again, that if they say GhostBox, they get in for free?
Yeah, they get in for free. They were going to waive the admission price.
The whole admission price.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. So if you go to Baraboo, which is fantastic, and it's
a very haunted area, and we actually are in the part of the circus museum, and so there's a lot of action in there, especially when I'm channeling. And so the last time we were there, we had a little incident with Kenny, if you remember. Took over our GPS in our truck, right. And then during our morning circle, took over our PA system and changed our music and was flashing lights, and so everybody got a real kick out of that, for sure.
Kenny loves good old country.
Yes, good old country he was playing on our PA system.
That's something. I remember you all, I mean, that was a Friday night, and you all were writing us during Casual Friday, telling us what's going on. I called in, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah. Because we were like, oh my gosh, this is even crazy for me. Like, somebody taking over our GPS and was coming through our radio, and
3 hours, wasn't it?
3 hours we went in circles. Like, it was
3 hour tour. Yeah. My God.
Yeah, it was nuts. But it was fun. What are you going to do, right?
Exactly. Now, Annette, that you had just talked to in the comments, she says, thank you. I'm actually living with my fiance right now. And hopefully he's not listening with you. So there is that as well. Doug says, my birthday was on Sunday. Happy birthday. Hope you had something green to drink. I felt my dad's presence around me, and I was wondering if he has a message for me.
Continuing to go forth, Doug, and just to remember that happiness resides inside of all of us. And when you're feeling a little down, just remember the memories, the happy memories. You tend to go towards the negative side of things and feeling sad at times, and he just encourages you to remember the good times.
Yeah. I hope so. Once again, happy birthday, Doug.
Happy birthday.
So
remember the happy times.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Just looking at comments here. Let's see. Linda says, I thought I was on the upward trend, but lately I feel a hard cry threatening to happen. Any advice?
Cry.
Right?
Cry.
Yeah.
It's so important that when we feel that, Linda, that we let it out, and that when we are, that welling and that feeling like dread and that there's something wrong. Well, here's the thing, Linda, is that crying is a good thing when it comes to us humans. We're supposed to express emotion. We're supposed to be able to cry when needed to, and not to hold that in, and not to swallow it, and not to suppress it. Let it out.
I can't tell you how many times I come to the station and Adam's just crying in a corner. And it's just like, yeah, do it. Just let it out.
The people I had to work with. Oh,
it's the same story with Dave. I come to work, he's in the corner crying with his hamster.
That's what we need to get you, Adam, is a hamster.
Cool. I can quit crying on Patrick.
We can call it an Adamster. How about that? And if you have to try to say it twice, it's not a good joke. So we'll just move on. Linda says, "Okay, I'll try. I'll cry. Excuse me. I need my monocle. No, I don't have a monocle. And that's the thing. And I think someday we should do a program about owning your emotion.
Absolutely, we could do that with our next Tuesday.
Okay,
we do together
because that is. You think that, and Linda, please know this isn't me having a go. Please know this. You think that it's something that everyone would kind of get, especially those of us in this sort of metaphysical community, feel whatever. But I think when it's yourself, right? Sometimes it's hard to, you can tell. I'm sure Linda probably would have told people, if they said that to her, she probably said, well, you should have a cry then. You should do the cry. And it's hard.
You must feel it. You must feel it to heal it. And that's absolutely true.
Yeah, no. And, I'm sorry, and I hope that I hope you feel better, Linda. You're such a wonderful person that you get that cry out and you feel good, or feel better. And she goes on to say, I was surprised that I felt this way. I really thought my crying was done with. Oh no,
crying is never done.
No, and it's for her loss, and it's amazing, and I've not lost a spouse, but I've lost parents and others, and it's amazing, isn't it? Sometimes the stuff that triggers a moment of either happy cry, sad cry, a missing you sort of cry, a missing you sort of feeling. We don't have control over that. We really don't.
No, we really don't. I mean, Dave cries when I walk across the room, so
he's crying now, and Adam, I'm sure, is crying at the station too. And I'll cry afterwards. All I have to do is think about my life, and then I'm a waterworks at that point. So but in all seriousness, it's, and if you would have told me this 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh, I'm tough, I'm this, I'm that. Then my dad died. And it was just like, this is real life now. This is where, it's different. And you know what? It's helped me on this journey that I'm on, that has eventually led to me to know people like you and other amazing gifted people, because, you allow those moments to happen, and you seek out people such as yourself for guidance and help.
Absolutely. And I had the same thing happen to me, Greg, when my brother passed away. It was a great awakening. With great darkness comes great light. It's horrible, but here on earth, the breaking, we call it, right? The breaking makes us. What breaks us makes us. And it opens up our heart for enlightenment. And it's a horrible tragedy to go through, but there's so much that comes from grief and sadness, and we learn so much about who we truly are when those horrible things happen to us.
One of my favorite quotes that I think of often when I think of losing a loved one or a pet or whatever is, pain is the price we pay for love. And
absolutely,
it truly is. I think so. Yeah. It's one of those very, it's, it's, you think about it and you're like, because depending on how long we last in our own lives, it's inevitable that we're going to eventually, people that we are very close to, we know how it ends, to a certain degree.
Yeah. The craziest thing just happened, and I forgot all about this because I don't have a very good memory, but my first boyfriend, my first real death, he was hit by a train when I was 16.
Oh my goodness.
And I know. And so he just came in and reminded me of that. That was my first real break, and the awakening started for me. And, the pain was real, right? And the grief was real. And The opening of my heart had started then at a very young age of 16, having that first real heartbreak and loss. And so we completely understand what you're talking about.
And that's the thing too. It's like, you know, you never want to, I mean, you're never at a good age to experience that loss, but at that age, that's a real eye opener, isn't it?
Oh God, you know, this past gallery, it was a humdinger. Dave actually recorded the whole thing because he was able to be in it because we've hired some people to help us at the shows. And we had the 16-year-old boy that was just right on the brink of suicide. And they brought him to me, and I was able to connect him with his friend that had died in front of him. And he could not get the thought of his friend dying in front of him out of his brain. And he was just like ridiculed with us, and he was just ready to end it all. And he was able to get closure, and he was able to see that his friend is okay and that he's going to be all right. And there was so much to live for. And I and Dave were able to actually perform a healing on him and remove the repetitive PTSD out of his brain.
And Linda has been posting stuff in the comments just about some of the, you know, just the effects of all this and whatever else. And Linda, I'm just going to say to you is I hope you have someone that you can talk to. And I hope that you have somebody who can listen and help you through this, because there is, and I might be totally going down the wrong tree here. That's not even a term. But the thing is, you are not alone, and there's no harm in getting help from people to help get you in the right direction. We are running rapidly out of time here. Once again, one question readings, we are wrapping that up. Definitely check out refinedivinepsychic.com to schedule readings, see what else she has going on, as well as going out to Psychic Medium, Refined Divine on Facebook. Please like and follow. I will also say she's going to be at Baraboo with Dave this weekend. If you go to the front and for admission and you say GhostBox, they'll let you in for free. And that's really cool. Thank you for that, Deb. And we'll talk to you soon, right? For Experience this night, right?
Absolutely. You just let me know when you want me to come on for the next Tuesday, and we'll definitely talk about emotions and healing and what that looks like.
That sounds fabulous. Everybody, take care of yourselves, especially after tonight. Make sure that you are all safe in a good place. We'll be back tomorrow with Anthony F. Sanchez. Everyone have a fantastic night.
Hi, it's Matt McNeil. Listen to the Matt